Hey everybody, Dr. Glenn here, and I wanted to put together a quick little video. I'm going to try to keep it to just a few minutes to give you some tips on how you should be eating and choosing your food as we go through this coronavirus thing. You know, you want to remember that it's your immune system. That's the most important thing. Yes, washing your hands is important. Social distancing is important, and so on and so forth. But your immune system is the single most important thing in determining how you will fare as we go through this. Some important considerations here. You want to make sure that you are getting a good general nutritional supplement, so a multivitamin, multimineral. There's a product from a company called Apex that my wife and I are using. It's called Clearvite, and it is probably the best multivitamin, multimineral I have ever come across. Make sure that you are getting plenty of protein in your diet. Remember that you are made out of fat and protein. You're not made out of carbohydrates. Also, proteins are anti-inflammatory, which means you want to be avoiding hyperglycemic foods such as things that have a lot of sugar in them, high carbohydrate foods, including grains and sweet fruits. This is a time to bring that carbohydrate intake down. Sugars and carbohydrates are inflammatory, and inflammation is the #1 enemy of your immune system. You also want to be avoiding processed, low nutrient, high calorie carbohydrate foods. You know, when something like this happens, the tendency is you want to grab stuff on the shelves that has a long shelf life so that it will last. But the problem with that is they tend to be high carbohydrate, lots of processing, and have things in them which are really not good for you. We're going to go through a few different things here one at a time. Vitamin C, D, A, zinc, something called quercetin, resveratrol, selenium, and acetylcysteine. Now, if you want, I'm just going to run through these, but at the end, you will have a link where you can go download my slides if you would like. But foods that are high in vitamin A along with vitamin D, it enhances your immune system. And vitamin A is very good at preventing what we call nuclear transcription. In other words, what it does is it keeps viruses from being able to multiply. And in the third world, when they do a lot of viral inoculations, they almost always combine that with vitamin A. But what you don't hear about is the vitamin A. You just hear about the success of the vaccination. But the vitamin A is very important in that. So make sure you're getting plenty of vitamin A. The next thing I want to go over is vitamin D, and these are the foods here that are very high in vitamin D. Vitamin D has been shown in porcine studies to inhibit the coronavirus. It's very good for respiratory infections, and along with vitamin A, it helps to fight that off. And as you know, coronavirus is primarily a respiratory type of disease. Vitamin C, vitamin C is exceedingly anti-inflammatory, so you want to make sure that you're getting plenty of vitamin C. It is very good at fighting infections in the respiratory tract, the respiratory system. Zinc. Foods high in zinc include these things on the right, and I want to mention just a few things about zinc because it has been shown in research studies to inhibit coronavirus activity. A very interesting thing, if you've been following the news, is you know that Michigan is one of the hot spots, so to speak, for coronavirus activity. And in a study not too long ago, completely unrelated to this, it was shown that between 30 and 40% of the elderly in Detroit have zinc deficiency. So that's an amazing, it's not a coincidence. It's amazing that we're seeing that as one of the hot spots. Quercetin. Now, quercetin is a substance which helps to support the immune system as well. And you can see these foods here. If you want to know more about quercetin, you can Google it and check it out. But it's very powerful in your amino acid production and things like that. Resveratrol. Now, most of you may have heard of resveratrol and things like wine and stuff, and drinking wine is not bad. It's not bad for your immune system, just don't be overdoing it. Resveratrol is a very, very powerful anti-inflammatory, and it has been shown to inhibit coronavirus replication in studies as well. Selenium. Selenium, now, selenium is a really interesting thing. And what is interesting is that China is famously deficient in selenium. And as a matter of fact, if you go back and you look at some of the most significant viral outbreaks over the last, say, 50, 60 years, in 1957, you had the Asian flu. In 1968, you had the Hong Kong flu, where over 1 million people died. 2003, you had the SARS outbreak, and now we have the COVID-19. Caison's disease has shown to be eliminated with selenium treatment, and that's a very prevalent disease in China. So it's very interesting that the Chinese are notoriously deficient in selenium, or a significant portion of the really deadly viral outbreaks over the last half century come from China. So these are foods that are high in selenium. By the way, if you have thyroid problems, selenium is a great supplement to have in your diet, and you can get plenty of it through your food. The next thing I want to talk about is N-acetylcysteine. And what that is, it's essential in making something called glutathione, and it's a very powerful antioxidant, and it relieves respiratory symptoms. N-acetylcysteine is very powerfully antiviral. Now, I have some charts here for you. If these would help you out, you can click the link below and you can download these. They show you different foods that have high concentrations of the various things that we've just gone over. And remember something, that with vaccines for viral diseases and for inoculation, is that the vaccine is only as good as the genetic form of the virus that they have been designed to treat. So the problem is as the virus mutates, then vaccines can lose their efficiency, their efficacy. But one thing that will not change as a virus mutates is the quality of your immune system and the quality of your nutrition. So I hope these things help. If there's anything that we can do to help you, please reach out to us at the office, and stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Bye.